That's not going in the tip, is it?
Yes.
How do you make money for nothing?
What are you dropping off? Anything exciting?
The answer could be hiding in the 20 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
That is a fishing rod habit.
That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I'm a passionate buyer, maker and user of old stuff, and I've turned that passion into a money-making business. I make new stuff out of old stuff and I sell it for a profit.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers.
What do you think?
I think it's beautiful.
I've bought you my washing machine.
Oh, wow.
She can transform her finds into desirable,
What have you done?
valuable,
Oh, amazing.
and let's hope, saleable items.
That is one clever sandwich.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
You're joking.
Recycling centres, the final resting place for all rubbish. That is, unless Sarah Moore's about.
Gloves are on. Let's get to it.
Sarah's at the Whitley Recycling Centre in Surrey, where thousands of items are chucked, dumped, and slung out every year.
I quite like the look of your chair. I've not seen one like that before.
She's got her eyes peeled for three things with profit-making potential.
Some people have lovely rubbish, don't they?
But don't think for a minute that you at home can do the same. Sarah is a recycling VIP.
Round here, you have to make your own red carpet moments.
Oh, what a diva! Oh, hang about. There are lots of goodies in Robin's boot.
Hello.
Hello.
Ooh, got some interesting looking things in there.
It's, yes, the contents of my father's workshop, which we are gradually getting rid of. Rusty screws.
What are you going to do with those other than bring them down here?
We've sorted out the good screws.
Right.
And this is just the ones that nobody is ever going to use. And that, yes.
That's quite retro looking, rusty.
Indeed.
Any history of that? Do you know where that came from?
I don't know where it came from. I know nothing about its history.
Well, Robin, allow me to enlighten you. Known as a road danger lamp, they were commonly used to mark out obstructions caused by roadworks during the 1960s and 70s.
Oh, look, it's got all the bits in it
It's
as
still
well.
got the wick.
You could say the road light was the precursor to modern traffic cones. This must be what students used to nick and stick on their heads.
Can I have it?
You may have it. Keep it forever. It's not your birthday, is it?
It's not my birthday, but it might be my lucky day because I think there's just something about it that it can't go in the skip, can it?
I'm delighted that it's found a home. You don't want 5,000 rusty screws, do you?
I might pass on those.
Nice try, Robin.
It's got real appeal. Maybe a handbag.
It's nice, yes.
I'll be back in touch. Thanks ever so much.
Right, yeah, cheers.
That's the first item saved from the skip. As for the screws, you might want to cover your ears.
Oh dear. It's so sad that things go into a tip when they are worth saving, but every single thing which goes to a good home pleases me.
Well, Robin, prepare to be pleased.
It's a lovely piece of old-fashioned roadside paraphernalia. I love it. It's got a good, strong look, and it's going to be made in something lovely.
Well, let's meet the maker who can shine a light on this project. Mark Haig, mechanical mastermind. Mark uses his years of engineering experience to create one-of-a-kind sculptures from second-hand materials, although his true passion is robots.
The thing I love about robots, I've always been a fan of science fiction and all those B movies when I was a kid and War of the Worlds and that kind of stuff, you know, it just took me to a different place. And robots seem to be very much a part of that. There's always a challenge. Every sculpture that I build has got a different challenge to it. So taking something that is broken and then making it into something that's desirable, that works for me.
They say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, that lamp definitely needs fixing. I just hope it'll be worth the effort. That's one item set aside, ready to be renovated. Sarah's back on the hunt for the remaining two.
Rubbish, rubbish or rubbish?
And all this rummaging has made me hungry. Is it almost time to stop for lunch?
So what's on the menu today then? Large prawns, hog roast, river beef? Definitely not. It's reusing, recycling and rescuing that rubbish.
I hope that still comes with a pud. Well, no time for that now. Sheila looks like she's got something that Sarah can sink her teeth into.
Hello, are you waiting for a hand with your sofas?
Yes, we're just wanted to know where to put it.
Well, they would, I think, go into landfill, but I think they look immaculate. How long have you had them?
They're not mine, they're my mother's.
OK.
My mother's just died.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't worry.
Gosh, didn't she keep her sofas in such beautiful condition? Do you know when she would have bought it?
Looking at it, I would think about 70s.
70s. Yeah, I think it's got that vibe.
My children were going to find somebody to have them, but they said they didn't think they'd like the colour.
Oh, really? Well, they know nothing.
So
This is definitely this year's colour. It's a very this spring green is very
Is it
very
really?
in the moment. Yeah, it is.
That's right, Sheila. Believe it or not, the colour of your sofa is very in vogue. It's a chic settee, a trendsetter. That is until next year, when the in colour will be, I don't know, purple probably.
I think that the sofa is really stylish. So I think we might recycle the chairs, but concentrate on
Yes.
trying to do something with this.
Wonderful.
Lovely to see you.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and is
you.
it on wheels?
It is, and it's very, very heavy.
Thank you so much.
Sarah is sliding away a settee. Are you happy with that, Sheila?
I'm very, very pleased that you are rescuing my mother's old settee. And what are you going to be doing with it, might I ask?
I don't know. Sarah?
I mean, what's not to love? Fantastic green cut velvet 1970s sofa. OK, it's not going to go into everybody's house just the way it is, but it's got great style and heaps of potential.
And with heaps of potential, Sarah will need heaps of help. The Bristol Upholstery Collective is a maker's space that welcomes all with a shared passion for upholstery. Founded by Leanne Treadwell, this group of legendary ladies put their heads together to create furniture that has to be seen to be believed.
What I enjoy most about the creative process is a collaboration. I love to chat about a good idea and then also to just get going and see where it ends up. It's more of a kind of, let's just get going and see what happens. That's what I really enjoy.
There certainly is a lot of talent in the room, but will there be enough to update that old thing? That's 2 items down. Whatever Sarah picks up next will be hers to work on herself.
Right, anything exciting?
What about Gordon now?
Huh?
Gordon the gopher.
Gordon, that's Basil Brush.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Couldn't you still use him as a puppet?
Nowhere to put your hand.
Ah, boom boom. Perhaps you'll have better luck with what Pam and Les are pulling out the back of their car.
Hi there.
Hello.
I'm loving the look of your rubbish.
Oh,
What
right.
are you up to?
We're just having a turnout.
Right.
Well, we've emptied the loft.
Loads of stuff.
Yeah, loads of stuff.
Now, I'm looking for stuff, probably old stuff actually, that I can recycle.
Yeah.
What's in these cases? What might I like?
That's blankets, all old blankets.
Oh,
they
definitely
are
have a look
there.
at that. That would
Yeah.
be great. How long have you had this lot?
About 10 years, I suppose, really, yeah. All those there.
Now, they're not 10 years old, are
No,
they?
that's more than 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Where do you think they came from?
Oh, they came from Leslie's home, from his father. Probably
Right.
bought in about, I should think, when they got married in 1947, I think they bought those.
These lovely grey ones particularly are just what I'm looking for. I've got a project in mind that I'd like to have a go
Good.
at
Yeah.
them. So,
Very
can I take them away?
Yes, of course, yeah. Yeah, that'd be lovely.
Thank you so much.
No
Bye-bye.
problem at all. Bye-bye.
Sarah's got herself a bundle of blankets. But what does Pam think she'll do with them?
Covers or cushions perhaps even, or something like that with some decoration on them. I just don't know.
Well, these might not be everybody's cup of tea, but they are definitely mine. They've got pre-war written all over them. They're stunning, 100% wool. So these are a really good find. But whatever happens, they're not going to end up as blankets.
And with that, Sarah's day at the dump is done. Mark will dust off the rusty road lamp. Leanne and the gang will give the 70s settee an update, and Sarah will aim to get a cosy return from the blankets.
Well, that's it. The recycling centre may be closed, but I am definitely open for business. Those things are going to be amazing.
It's a beautiful sunny day in glorious Manchester. Everyone's out in their shorts and t-shirts having fun in the sun. So where better to spend an afternoon than a dark, dusty garage? Robot maker Mark is waiting patiently for our lady with the lamp, Sarah. But how will he feel about her dumping her junk on his doorstep?
As you see, I'm fine with junk. I'm happy to take anything and repurpose it so it's got a life beyond the script.
Good man.
Well, what would you do with one of these? It's obvious. Take it to the robot maker.
Well, it's not what I would do with one of those, but then what do I know?
Mark? Hiya.
Hello, Sarah.
How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Looking nice and minimalist in here.
More stuff. I can't turn it down.
Good, because I've got another little gem for you.
I wouldn't call it a gem.
Oh, no, come on. It's got character. Look, I thought it looked like Elvis. What do you reckon? It's got a quiff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a rock and roll robot. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Oh, sorry.
Now then, I'm going to struggle to make this something that goes in someone's house. So maybe this will end up being some kind of exterior thing. How's this sound, right? You know the security lights that you get, the solar powered?
Yeah?
How about put one of those inside and then I wire the detector to the outside,
Right.
put some legs and some arms on it so it stands up, it's in the garden and it's a cat detector.
I'm not sure that cats need detecting, Mark. A cat burglar detector, though. Now, that would work.
So it could be for detecting somebody out the front of the house. It could be going down the alley, anything you like. Love the idea of a detector. I love the idea of him lighting up again. Have you got a price in mind?
How does 120 quid sound?
I think that's all right. If you can get it closer to 100, that's great, but I think that you're going to create something cool.
All right, see you then.
Bye!
I guess Sarah will just have to build her own Elvis robot, then.
So this little guy is going to be interesting, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the project.
Well, a trip to the robot factory is never dull, is it? Just really looking forward to seeing exactly what it is that comes out of these doors.
Mark has a budget of £120 to make the security light, but would it have been better off as a rock and roll robot? From Manchester to Bristol, birthplace of the infamous pirate Blackbeard. Isn't that interesting? Sarah has sailed into town with the 70s settee, hoping that Leanne and the gang can give it back its sparkle.
I want Sarah to bring me something full of potential, and I don't know, it's something that we can really play about with. We'll see.
I'm really excited about this because I think my sofa game is strong here because it's got so much going for it. I just hope Leanne can see its potential. It's good and heavy, which always means it's nice and well made. What do you think?
I think it's beautiful. It's got such good features to make the most of.
I've never seen this curved sort of 70s style before.
It's gorgeous.
So there's loads of 1970s stuff going on, heaps of colours like oyster and mink and mushroom that are out there. I have noticed that for selling things, though, it's got to be really individual.
I would love to bring in an artist to collaborate with this one.
Have you got any examples?
Yeah.
Go on then, show me what we've got.
So we've got some things here. There's some really great colours in there.
Those are ferocious,
Isn't
aren't
it?
they?
Whoa, that is bright. Although it does take me back to the 70s. I think I had a shirt that looked like that. I wonder what happened to it.
And in terms of refurbishing this, because it's in great nick, presumably you're covering it rather than reupholstering.
It's just a recover. I think it all seems very much in good nick. It's just getting the fabric on there and looking gorgeous.
It sounds amazing. Can you give me a ballpark figure that you're aiming at for it?
So I think we're aiming for about £750. It's just stripping it all back and pulling it all back on beautifully again.
Sounds fantastic.
I know. I'm really excited.
Not as excited as I am. I mean, look at that.
I know, it's gorgeous, isn't it? I love working with it.
Really cool. Can you take that on then?
Sure.
Good luck with it. Tell me when it's done. I'll be down here as soon as I can.
See you soon.
It's goodbye to the stylish sofa and hey man to a psychedelic settee.
I just love using lots of colours and working them all together, and this is just such a great opportunity to do that.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better reaction than that, could you? I thought it was 70s. Leanne's going psychedelic. I am so excited.
I'm a little bit scared. With a hefty £750 budget, Leanne will have to watch how she uses that fabric. Oh, it's made me a little bit dizzy. I'm going for a lie down. While Mark and Leanne crack on, in Sussex, Sarah is back home with the bundle of blankets. After a quick wash, they've come up smelling of roses. Sarah, what's the plan?
So the plan is to turn these basic blankets into beautiful throws that look lovely on the end of the bed or chucked over a sofa. So I'm going to use my shrunken jumper collection. So my plan is to put little bits of jumper, little snippets, spread all the way across them to add texture and colour and interest.
With the addition of some shrunken jumpers, the blankets will become throws, somehow.
So I'm going to snip little bits off these shrunken jumpers and stitch them in lines across the blanket.
If, like Sarah, your woolen jumpers have shrunk, there are methods you can try at home to unshrink them, using baby shampoo or hair conditioner.
I hope this one wasn't a present.
Or if you didn't like the jumper in the first place, shrinking it is a good excuse to get rid of it. Hey, that one was from me.
So I'm channeling hygge. You've probably seen it in magazines.
Well, not in the magazines I read.
Basically, it means warm, cosy, lovely, homely stuff that gets you through the winter.
Hygge comes from the Norwegian word meaning well-being. It's described as a quality of coziness and contentment, like a big cuddle.
I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to sew a few bits on. See how they look?
Sarah begins to sew the bits of jumper in a line down the edge of the blanket.
I'm thinking about these lovely tulip colours and hoping they translate well onto the fabric here.
She plans to repeat the process again and again with bits of coloured jumper until it creates the look she's after.
I think that really breaks it up nicely. Can you hear something? Can you hear something? Bramble!
Here comes trouble. Now, Bramble, these are not doggy blankets. Step slowly away from the blankets, Bramble. Good dog.
So because of my washing accident and the fact that I washed these too hot, I've actually managed to felt the fabric a bit, so it's not going to unravel when I stitch it in place. So if you do want to do it deliberately, just put it on a hot wash for a couple of times and you should start to get that lovely matted, soft feeling on the wool.
Now, if you're planning to do this at home, please check with the jumper owner before ruining it.
This is going to take ages.
Well then, let's step it up a gear. Wow, look at her go. But even working at twice the speed, this is still going to take forever, considering that she's not even started on the other blankets yet.
Why don't you go and see how the others are doing?
You read my mind. So far, Sarah's spent £10 on bits and bobs to do up the blankets. If she can make them saleable, there's a chance of making a good bit of profit. Back in Manchester, robo-guru Mark is ready to spruce up the rusty road lamp into a functional garden security light. Although if the idea is to frighten folk away, he should just leave it the way it is. What is that? Ugh!
So I guess the idea is that I'm going to use this as the body of the robots that I'm going to build. There'll be some sort of motion detection system on it. I think I'll start to build it before I clean it.
Ooh, are you sure about that? To begin, Mark searches through his mountain of odds and sods to find the right bits and bobs to make into a robot.
So I need some feet with a decent spread on them, because this thing's going to end up quite tall and quite heavy. And then some kind of tubing to form the legs. He's going to end up a bit of a bandy-legged robot, but I am Mancunian, so we're all bandy-legged up here.
Mark, that is an unfair representation of the good people of Manchester.
Sort of, all right, mate, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, mate?
That's bang on. Next, Mark drills holes in the lamp for the legs to fit through.
What I'm going to use is one of my favourite building materials, which is threaded steel bar. Normally used to suspend ceilings, but it's a really good building material for this kind of thing.
Mark doesn't mind drilling and cutting this lamp up, as it's not exactly in the best condition. Manufactured by Chalwin Limited, these paraffin lamps were mass-produced after World War II.
Essentially, that's forming the skeleton.
They became obsolete in the early 80s after the introduction of battery-powered lamps.
So that looks like a suitable amount of bandiness to me. And the next thing is to start putting the tubes on there to form the legs.
Mark measures out the tubing he's picked for the legs. Then it's out with the angle grinder to cut them to size. Mark is basing the design of his robot on old sci-fi B-movies from the 50s.
So robots tend to have slightly thinner thighs than they do calves. Old B-movies often had them looking that way.
B-movie robots were often depicted as terrifying mechanical monsters sent from far-off planets to destroy the Earth. Oh, watch out. Here comes...
a bandy Mancunian robot.
Run for your lives! Happy with the legs, Mark moves on to the feet, which he's making from old loaf tins.
OK, so that's the feet drills.
Mark's little robot is coming along nicely, but he hasn't yet thought about how to turn it into the functional security light he promised Sarah. Can't be that hard, can it? While Dr. Mankinstein tackles his creation, in Bristol, Leanne and the gang are preparing to spread some psychedelia on this stunning 70s settee.
So the sofa is 1970s, so we're going to have to replace the foam to bring it up to fire regulations. But it's in really good nick. First thing we're going to do is remove all these cushion covers and we'll get stripping back all this fabric. We're going to be able to stay in budget, I think, with this one because actually there's not that much structural work that needs to be done. Everything else is just fabric and recovery.
A simple cover job. Leanne should know by now that when it comes to old furniture, nothing's ever simple.
Charlotte, you up for this? Come on, give us a hand here.
To strip the sofa down to its frame, Leanne has brought in Charlotte to lend a hand.
It's sticky!
Although just getting the cushion cover off seems to be giving them bother.
Leanne, if you do it straight away, I'm going to cry.
It is, isn't it? There we go.
And they're off. Next, Leanne starts to remove the dangly fringing round the bottom.
This fringing is the original for the sofa. It really complements the style of it.
This kind of decorative edging is called bullion fringe. Traditionally gold or silver, it's now available in a whole host of colours. Made by twisting lengths of thread, it gives a dramatic edge to your seat that was all the rage back when this couch was created.
Get my staple remover.
With the trim off, the ladies begin the arduous task of removing the staples pinning the fabric to the frame.
Oh man, gone to town.
They really have.
But whoever upholstered this sofa wasn't shy with the staple gun.
A lot of staples to remove. It's going to take a little while, I think, to get all this off.
Staples, as opposed to traditional tacks, have been commonplace in upholstery for decades.
It'll be fine, don't worry.
Some upholsterers prefer them over tacks as they leave only small holes in the wood and don't require constant hammering, which can weaken more fragile pieces of furniture.
And we have another layer of fabric underneath.
The downside, though, is that people don't hold back, firing them in with little regard for the poor soul who has to pick them all back out again.
I reckon they put more fabric on here just so they could use more staples.
OK, we're getting somewhere.
As Leanne and Charlotte soldier on, Ellen is busy at the sewing machine.
I'm just wrapping this piping cord in this lovely green fabric, and we're going to use it as a little accent around the cushions and around the arm caps, just to add a bit of detail.
The new green piping will, she hopes, complement the bonkers fabric the ladies plan to use. All that seems a long way off, though, as the staple removing has set them back quite a bit. Oh, and it looks like Charlotte's had enough. Let me guess. Status update will be sofa emoji, staple emoji, sad face. Back in Sussex, Sarah has been busy sewing her socks off and her jumpers to beautify the bundle of blankets. But has all the effort been worth it? And, more importantly, has Bramble been a good dog and stayed well clear?
Well, it wasn't how I thought it would turn out, but I think it's all right.
All right, I hope you're being modest. When Sarah saved the blankets, the only things cozying up to them were the moths. But now they will warm the cockles of your heart as a pair of decorative throws. Sarah's clever use of old jumpers has given the pale, plain blanket a burst of colour and personality, topped off with a floral trim, made from yet more unused materials. Sarah has embroidered one of the grey blankets with autumnal flower clusters, leaving most of the lovely soft wool on show. It's a simple, if time-consuming way to update bygone blankets.
Well, I think I've pretty much achieved what I set out to. I've got 2 blankets here that I hope are going to look great on the end of a bed or on a sofa. And I've also got the 3rd blanket, which is washed, soft and ready to sell straight away.
3 beautiful blankets ready for retail. What could be simpler? Bramble? No.
Bramble off! Bramble off! Quickly! Off! Bramble! Down. That's really naughty. Oh, you cheeky poppy. You're supposed to look at them, not climb all over them.
Bramble, those blankets had better be OK or you are in big trouble.
I don't think that's affected their value.
Just as well. Oh, how could I stay mad at that face?
Hi there.
When Sarah met Pam and Les at the tip, she loved the look of their luggage.
What's in these cases? What might I like?
That's blanket.
The blankets had a bit of history.
Probably bought in about, I should think, when they got married in 1947.
But Pam was happy for them to be given a new lease of life.
It's going to be something, covers or cushions perhaps, even, or something like that with some decoration on them.
Well, you weren't far off, Pam. Sarah took pictures of the blankets and uploaded them onto social media to try and find some buyers. And it wasn't long before she found an interested party. A good start. But did Sarah manage to shift the lot? Sarah's in Godalming in Surrey to show Pam the new look blankets and hand over the profit.
Hello there.
Sarah.
Hello there, nice to see
And
you. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
Yes, very well.
Thank you.
Beautiful garden.
Yes, my husband does all that.
Isn't it lovely?
It's lovely, it is lovely, yeah.
So why were you chucking out all that stuff at the recycling centre?
Yeah, it was for father-in-law's and he moved down with us. We'd already given a load of blankets to the Salvation Army and they got left behind.
So I worked on them and There were a couple that I thought were really beautiful. There was a white one and one of the old grey ones. I've got some pictures here to show you.
Oh, right, lovely.
So, this is how it ended up.
Oh, that's lovely, yeah.
The white one, I edged it and added lots of just recycled old jumper
that's
details.
Lovely, yeah, that's great.
Do you approve?
Yes, I do, very much so, yeah, they're lovely.
I put some pictures up on social media and they have been bought.
Oh, lovely.
So they've gone off to new homes and I've got a little bit of profit here.
Thank you very much.
I've got £110 here.
Gosh, as much as that, oh, lovely. Thank you very much, thank you.
Is that a bit of a surprise?
It is, absolutely. I didn't expect this at all. Oh, no, that's lovely.
Any idea what you might do with £110?
Well, probably what we're going to do is buy something in memory of the in-laws, sort of something, probably a rose or be something anyway to say, well, that was theirs, rather than ours. Is that all right? Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's just the perfect ending for me. So lovely to catch up.
Yeah,
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you so much as well. Thank you.
Sarah spent £10 on her project. The embellished blanket sold for a total of £120, meaning Pam has £110, which she'll use to buy something in honour of her in-laws. Lovely. Sarah has proved that she can pull in the pounds with her own project. She's back in Manchester to find out if her road lamp security robot can be just as profitable. Mark's giving his rusty friend a once-over, but has he managed to make it light up once more? It's alive!
So I'm really happy with him. I had to make a few changes, but I think as a sculpture, it's pulled together really nicely, and I hope that Sarah likes it.
Well, my retro road light was only going in one direction before Mark got his hands on it, and that was skip bound. So I'm hoping he's given it a new lease of life, put it back on the map.
Sadly for this road lamp, its flame burnt out long ago. But with some 21st century technology, it's back. As an all-singing, all-dancing security cyborg. Mark has cleverly incorporated a state-of-the-art solar-powered security light into an old teapot with motion detector nose and floodlight eyes. The sculpture has been sealed so it's completely waterproof, perfect to plonk in the garden to scare off any unwanted visitors. It's been pack tested and complies with all UK safety standards, as well as looking pretty cool. But is it what Sarah was expecting?
Oh, Mark, you've been busy. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well. Oh, he's got personality. That wasn't what I was expecting at all. Wow. So is he motion sensor then?
Yeah.
What have you done? How did it go?
When we originally discussed, this was going to be the sort of the head and the body of the robot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I was at a shop and I found this sensor.
Yeah.
It just looked like a face to me.
Yeah.
So as soon as I saw it, I thought, I need to build a head. So this is a teapot, and then I sort of put a hat on him so that when the rain drops down, it doesn't hit onto any of the electrics. But I have actually sealed everything anyway.
OK, you've definitely gone the extra mile, haven't you? It's bigger than I was expecting, and I find him really appealing. He's got a very friendly look. So,
He has.
Yeah, brilliant. What's he called?
He's called Chelwyn.
As I said that, I saw that. I know exactly what he's called.
The robot gets Sarah's seal of approval, but a lot of extra work went into it. How did you get on with the budget, Mark?
I think we talked about 120 or something for the budget, I think.
Yeah.
The lights were a bit more expensive. I reckon sort of another 30 quid on top should cover it.
I think 150 quid. He's really decorative and unusual. I think I'm going to make some money on that. So, yeah, brilliant. Well done.
It's a little over budget, but with a lot to show for it.
So I'm really relieved that Sarah liked it. I'm glad that it was unexpected, and hopefully she'll be able to sell it.
Well, I sense I might be onto a bit of a winner there. Mark's done a fantastic job. That's way bigger and better than I expected, and that will really help in sending him off to a nice new home. Got some interesting looking things in there.
When Sarah first clapped eyes on the road lamp, it was sticking out of Robin's boot.
The contents of my father's workshop, which we are gradually getting rid of.
It was of no interest to Robin.
Do you know where that came from?
I don't know where it came from. I know nothing about its history.
So Sarah took it away, and that was just fine with him.
Every single thing which goes to a good home pleases me.
Sarah wasted no time in finding her new flashing friend a home. She sent out pictures online and waited for interest to grow. But did she find a buyer? Sarah's in Godalming in Surrey to catch up with Robin and show him what became of his road lamp.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nice
I'm
to
fine.
see you.
You too.
I said I would come and find you again if there was something to be done with your old road light.
Oh, the lamp, yes. Yes, indeed.
Well, I'm really lucky because I work with some great people, and one of them is called Mark, and he's based up in Manchester. So would you like to see how it ended up?
I would. Go on.
You look like you've got a sense of humour. Are you ready?
I'm intrigued.
Meet
Oh.
Chalwyn.
Oh, that's lovely.
Chalwyn is a security light.
That is extraordinary.
So he's wired up to light up when he senses anybody nearby. So what do you think of that?
I think that is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Magnificent object.
We shared pictures of him and he has been sold. So I've got a little bit of money here for you. I've got £50 here for your old traffic light.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
An absolute pleasure. Any idea what you might do with it?
I think it'll go to the local Lions Club. My wife's done some work with the Lions and I'm sure they will make good use of it.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. It was really lovely to see you again.
Cheers then.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mark's final costs came in at £150. Sarah sold the security light for an impressive £200, leaving Robin £50 to donate to a charity that helps people in his local community. That's 2 items now bringing in the bucks. Sarah's back in Bristol to find out if Leanne was able to capture the spirit of the 70s in the old settee. Stripping that big thing was a mammoth task, and I imagine the rest of it wasn't a walk in the park either.
This has been a great project. We've worked really hard on it, and it's been a bit of a labour of love. I really hope Sarah likes it.
I always get really nervous if I'm picking up a sofa. They are big ticket items and they have to be perfect if they're going to sell at a profit. So I can't wait to see what the girls have done. I'm hoping for bells, whistles and frills.
When the sofa was saved, everyone agreed that it was a nice colour. It just wasn't colourful enough. Groovy, baby, yeah! Leanne and the team have really outdone themselves. To complement the funky psychedelic fabric, they've thrown in an assortment of vibrant colours and textures. Luxurious short pile velvet now adorns the backrest and seat cushions, with sleek and silky lime green satin jumping out from the armrests. Every inch has been expertly upholstered, with a few extra throw cushions popped on top, adding even more to entice the eye. This isn't a sofa, it's a time machine, and the dial is set for disco.
Leanne?
Hey.
Hello. Oh, I want to say things I'm not allowed to say. Look at that! How are you? Oh my goodness me! That's stunning, isn't it? It's literally giving me goosebumps. Can I have a look round?
Yeah, sure.
Oh wow! Well done. It's exceptional. Really good. Have you sat on it?
No, we should give it a try.
Come on. I'm going. Oh, brilliant! It's really beautiful, comfortable, and these and the whole thing and this velvet.
Right, Sarah, I think you need to chillax. Yes, it's a lovely sofa, but you've not heard about the money yet.
Did you get anywhere near the budget? Because I think you had 750 quid on this, didn't you?
Yeah, it came in on budget.
result.
It's really cool. I love it. Let me look round the back.
Yeah, Dee.
Right, Sarah, one last look and that's your lot.
Oh my goodness me, I want it.
Well, you can't have it. Time to say goodbye to the sofa.
That went really well. It was so lovely to see Sarah's reaction. She loved it. I just really hope it sells.
Well, they've absolutely nailed it, haven't they? That's got bells, whistles, frills, and I am thrilled with it. Plenty of potential profit in it too. That's a cracker.
Hello, are you waiting for a hand with your sofas?
When Sarah caught Sheila before she slung out her sofa, she had to know more.
Do you know when she would have bought it?
Looking at it, I would think about 70s.
Sheila thought nobody would take it off her hands.
My children were going to find somebody to have them, but they said they didn't think they'd like the colour.
Sarah was on hand to wheel it away, leaving Sheila wondering.
What are you going to be doing with it, might I ask?
Sheila, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Sarah put her salesperson trousers on and got to work. Shifting a big-ticket item like that is no mean feat, but with the help of the internet, she sold it to a private buyer. But for how much? Sarah's in Hazelmere in Surrey to show Sheila the transformation and hand over the profit.
Hello there.
Good morning, Sarah. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
Lovely to see you.
And you. I have been really excited about coming back to show you what happened to your sofa. So I know it was your late mother's sofa,
Yes.
and she'd obviously looked after it beautifully. Did you have any thoughts about what we might do with it?
No, I didn't really, no.
I've got some pictures to show you how it ended up.
Wonderful.
Your
Oh,
sofa
do.
now looks like this.
That's amazing.
The girls chose a beautiful fabric by a designer
That's amazing.
Do you like it?
You'd never recognise it, would you? My mother, bless her, I'm sure she's looking down from heaven, and she would absolutely have adored it.
That is such good news. So it has sold, and I've got some profit to give to you today.
My goodness me.
I've got £235 there for your sofa. That's for you.
My goodness, that's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much.
It's a complete pleasure. What might you spend the money on?
I haven't really got a clue. Not a clue.
Excellent.
Terrible thing to say, isn't it?
Well, I hope you have time to ponder, and then if you do something lovely with it, then while you're doing it, think of us.
I certainly will do.
Excellent.
I certainly will do. And thank you once again.
Oh, total pleasure. Lovely to
Bless
see you.
you.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Bye-bye.
Lovely.
Leanne and the gang came in on budget at £750. With a phenomenal sale of £985, Sheila has £235 to, well, I'm sure she'll think of something eventually. Sarah has saved, sold and celebrated. 3 items that would have otherwise been dumped and lost forever have all been turned around and given the chance to live again.
Well, with some imagination and lots of hard work, we've transformed 3 tip finds into cool, original items. And what's even better, they're all off to new homes too.